Okay, now Vladimir Putin is out here letting you know whose interests Western leaders serve, right? He's out here letting you know that your Western leaders are satanic, that your Western leaders are Luciferian, that your Western leaders serve the purpose of the beast. I didn't say it, right? Now, let us get into our credible source, because they say get your news from credible source, because we don't want you to say it's conspiracy theories or I'm making stuff up. No, our credible source is Sky News, date October 2022. Let's get into what our credible source is telling us. Vladimir Putin accuses the West of outright Satanism in fiery speech after annexing 4 Ukrainian regions. A leader of a very powerful country is accusing the West of Satanism. So Vladimir Putin right here is letting you know whose interests Western leaders support. They support the interests of the beast. They support the interests of Satan, Lucifer, Gadriel, whatever name the pervert goes by these days. That is the interest Western leaders support. Right? Not what I say, what Vladimir Putin is saying, and what Sky News Australia is reporting. Let's get into some more. Very juicy. The Russian president lashed the West in a fiery speech during a ceremony announcing the annexation of 4 Ukrainian territories before hosting a celebratory concert in Moscow Red Square. Let's get into some more. During the 37-minute speech, Putin said the West had no right to speak of democracy and that Western nations were acting like the imperialist state they had always been. Okay, now Vladimir Putin is within his right to speak on the West, right? Because the West like to tell you that they are going to bring democracy to people's country, right? Especially the United States of America. And you only need to look and see what is happening in the US. It's an absolute joke. Right? We see the police force paid by taxpayers in the United States, right? Shooting unharmed black people, running away from them, and then going in front of a judge and telling the judge that they fear for their lives, right? And they insult a nation's integrity. They insult our intelligence, right? By thinking we are stupid. We saw you shoot an unarmed man running away. You did not face any justice, and the court agreed with you. The court agreed with you to execute unarmed black people in the streets. Right? And we can go on and on and on and on and on about America and democracy. It will not stop. It will not stop. Right? Because if America cannot find a way to invade your country, they will create one. Right? Best believe that. Let's continue. The dictatorship of the Western elites is directed against all societies, including the people of the Western countries themselves, he said. In his address on Friday, this is a complete denial of humanity, the overthrow of faith and traditional values. Indeed, the suppression of freedom itself has taken on the features of a religion, outright Satanism. He is so right. Where is the lie? Right? Because all you've got to do is have an opinion in the West. And if you put it out in social media, the social media company decide to shadow ban you, block you, strike you because you have a difference of opinion. Right? And Vladimir Putin right here is letting you know that these Western leaders, they support the beast. Right? They support the beast system. They answer to Lucifer, Satan, Gadriel, whatever name the pervert goes by. Vladimir Putin, a powerful world leader, is letting you know that is what they are doing. And you see it in their actions. You only have to look in the United States of America and see how they treat their citizens. You will understand how demonic and satanic they are. Not what I'm saying. Vladimir Putin is connecting the dots. How much clearer can it get? You only need to look on the judicial system where a person has been trafficked, right? Managed to escape and kill the trafficker. And the judge wants to put that person into prison, right? Then turn around and says, no, 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 you've got to pay the family of the man who raped and trafficked you, because you've got no right to escape, because we support people traffickers, right? We support people who rape, kill and murder. You only need to look on the American judicial system and see how they operate and realize it is satanic. This man-made famine is satanic, right? This man-made famine is satanic. They want you to eat bugs. They want you to eat insects, right? It's satanic. And they're going around convincing you that it's because of your actions why we're having all these disasters. And somehow people can't seem to understand what's going on. Well, I'm not saying it. Vladimir Putin is letting you know, in the West, you've got no freedom. And you only need to visit social media and realize you don't have any freedom. You've got to be careful what you say. Because once you go too close to the truth, they are coming for you. Right? You can go look up the story for yourself. Vladimir Putin is definitely sending shots. Right? He's letting you know whose interests Western leaders represent, especially the Jamaican government. Right? Vladimir Putin is telling you what the West is all about. Pay attention. You've got no freedom. Look at the decisions of your governments. Look at what they are doing. Look at the decisions of the judicial system, the judges. Right? In America, they execute black people as if it's fun. The police system. They execute black people. We're watching the execution in HD quality. Right? And nothing comes of it, because all they say is that they fear for their lives because an unarmed man is running away from them. So they've got to put a dozen bullets in that man's back. Right? And Vladimir Putin is letting you know exactly what is going on. This is the disclosure that you will get. You're not going to get any more. Right? So we need to seek the face of the Most High while we can, because things are going to go downhill really fast. Right? And that is why I tell people, do not vote. When you vote, you're giving your energy to the beast. When you vote, you're telling the beast that you accept the government dropping bombs on innocent people. You're telling the beast we accept the man-made famine. You're telling the beast we accept our children being trafficked. When you go out there and you give your energy into these elections, you're supporting the beast system. You're telling them that it is okay. Right? And Vladimir Putin is letting you know that Western governments are satanic. End of story. Right? Look up the story, right? Use critical thinking, connect the dots, right? Each to their own. But for me, no lie has been told. We need to seek the face of the Most High while we can. Let us pray and say, glory be to the Most High.